Slave of Christ here, much love and respect. I'm here in Genesis 3 and verse 15. I'm going to show y'all what I see out of this and just elaborate on a little bit. Well, there's a little bit of misconception on this verse in the Bible, but this is out of NLT and this is this is God Almighty speaking to Satan after he tempted Adam and Eve in the garden. And I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. A lot of the Bible say your seed and her seed. Whenever they speaking of seed, they're speaking of children, the offspring, children. So he's going to cause hostility between Satan's children and Eve's children. And I'll show you what that means here in a little bit. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel. That he is Jesus Christ, the Messiah. Jesus will strike Satan's head, and you will strike his heel. There's a lot in there, and just try to give y'all real short and quick. The difference between the offsprings. The offspring of Satan and the fallen angels are the giants of the land. There's giants all in the Bible. That's why they had the flood, and one of the big reasons he had the flood because what Satan's plan was to come in. He knew the Messiah was to come. So Satan's plan was to come in and contaminate the bloodline by coming down here and mingling with the women. And that created the giants. And then all them, like David slew a giant. And with the offspring, her offspring, Jesus descended from Eve's lineage. And if you go in, Jesus will strike his head. What does that mean? Okay, well, whenever David slew Goliath, he cut his head off. And they buried him. He brought it back to Jerusalem and he buried him. Well, when Jesus was crucified and put up on the cross, he was put up on Golgotha. If you go in there and look what the meaning of that word means, that means the place of the skull. That's where David buried the giant's head. That's the skull of the giants up there. And whenever Jesus was crucified, his heel was above his head. And when they nailed him to the cross, they nailed him through the heel. So Satan caused Jesus' heel to be bruised, but then when Jesus was crucified, his feet were above the skulls. That is strong. That speaks volume right there. That's the oldest prophecy right here in the Bible. And still to this day, the hostility between Satan and us, we're offspring from Eve. There's still hostility. There's a battle going on. Constant battle going on.